Gently, cloudy landscape between my temples, dating applications, ads,
and only God can.
I looked around the apartment, the light, not beautiful, looked ugly, and I couldn't bear the ugliness.
I'm really proud to show this work today. We're going to start today's theme. So the theme is virtual reverence, and so that's looking at this techno-spiritual relationship with the internet and online devices. And I've chosen today Alison Kohler, so if we can give her a round of applause. Also Marlene, so a little round of applause. And Erica Schreiner, who is not here, she's in New York, but I'll be showing her work. Erica, yeah. And Listeria, she will be showing, she'll close the show tonight. So thank you, Listeria. Great. So, Alison, this is a little bit about Alison. So, Alison Kohler uses broken shards and text to create stained glass windows and performances in diverse spaces. Her first book, Stained Glass Poetry, bridges these two worlds, as does her spoken word album, Stained Glass Arrangements, both produced by Paris Heretics, the latter released at Point Ephemer in 2023. Alison has performed in international festivals, including Eruzioni, Up When Telling, the Bloomsday Festival, and the Edinburgh Arts Festival. Her work has been exhibited at galleries and art centers, including la Cité Internationale des Arts, Vilnius Dailės Academia, I think, in Vilnius, and Gallery Arnaud Lefebvre. Born in Chicago, Alison currently lives and works in Paris, France. So this next part, I'm presenting her piece, which is A Friday Morning Headache. And Alison Kohler's A Friday Morning Headache merges broken glass arrangements and spoken poetry to explore themes of fragmentation and the interplay between the physical and virtual realms. The fragmented nature of the broken glass reflects the disjointedness of contemporary existence, echoed by the rhythmic disarray of her spoken verses. This fragmentation extends beyond the visual and auditory elements, as the sound of the glass evokes a digital static, blurring the boundaries between natural and synthetic worlds. By presenting the performance as video, Kohler enhances the digital experience, and emphasizing the fusion of virtual and physical realities. The seemingly non-linear flow of poetry and imagery mirrors the constant influx of information in today's digital age. Through the synthesis of elements, Kohler prompts viewers to navigate the fragmented landscapes of modernity, inviting reflection on the interplay between the tangible and the intangible aspects of our existence. So that's my point of view on her video. I'm not going to say that she said this, but this is just the video I chose, and this is how I saw it. So now, without further ado, Alison Kohler's A Friday Morning Headache.
At the bottom of my teacup, the dark brown patina still stains the tiny cuts in my fingertips.
There's a certain staticness that comes with the glass and so that reminded me of having something that is, material, like glass, something tangible, something old, and then it reminded me of something that is digital and new. So it's just interesting how our memories can be changed, and what is past, what is future can start to become blended. And I feel like her work is very, very much evokes that. So.
And this year, the shape is no promises. Feel heavy hues and behaviors that accompany depth. Such attachment. Feel the loss, the lightness of what is no longer demanded.
So it was during the pandemic, and I make stained glass, and I've also done performances where I move pieces of glass live. I had done that once already, but it was during, I guess during one of the lockdowns. I had less access to the work table and other materials, and I was invited to create something digitally, and so I had the idea of setting up a camera and moving pieces around and kind of creating compositions, in a more improvised way, and combining that with text, like fragments of text that I was creating at that time. So I think this is maybe the second video that I made in that style, in that way.
Yeah, I love. So next we have the talented Marine Leo, and this is a little bit about Marine. So after studying art history, Marine Leo embarked on a career as a graphic designer. Her artistic practice draws inspiration from the field of contemporary drawing and love for experimental cinema. In 2021, her discovery of Web3 and the possibilities of digital creators encouraged her to create new techniques and weave her own narrative through digital imagery and archives. In 2023, her artistic work is showcased in numerous exhibitions in France and internationally. So, we are going to show Marlene's work. It's called Green Genesis. And so Marlene Leo's Green Genesis is an experimental collage film which merges scenes from Carnival of Souls, historical footage of nuclear weaponry, and the sermon of Dr. Victor Paul Weirville. Is that how I said it? Yeah, cool. Which prompts reevaluation of reality and creation. The juxtaposition of cinematic, historical, and religious elements invites contemplation on the intersection of technology, spirituality, and human existence. By deliberately degrading visual quality, Leo underscores the materiality of digital imagery, evoking steos concept of core images, and emphasizing the humble viewer-image relationship. Notably, Leo parallels the pixel, which is the digital image's genesis. So Marlene, she often, she'll zoom in and zoom out, and so this is to show the pixel. And so it's really interesting because it's almost, she's looking at the materiality of the digital sphere, like what is the materials made from? And I thought of this as well, and she probably meant to do this, but the pixel as the genesis of a digital image. So it is like the first element, that first atom, and then from there we have the image. All right, so I say, which is the digital image's genesis, with the biblical Genesis narrative underscoring their shared relationship in creation. So the linkage encourages reflection on the profound implications of digital imagery in shaping our understanding of reality and creativity in the digital age. So some of that will make more sense when you see this, but yes. Without further ado, this is Marlene Leo's Green Genesis.
Now, in the beginning, God formed the body of man. The word of God. The word of God. But then in man, he created something, and then he created it in his blood, spirit. The word created is love. And only God can create. Unless you rightly divide the understand the first.
And firstly, I was working to mostly, as a contemporary drawings, but also physical, paper collages, mainly from old newspapers, any kind of images, lately, any kind of what I call archives or that are like mirrors of who we are. And after that, I got more and more interested in it. I was always been fascinated by cinema, but especially experimental cinema, the way that you can create new languages out far away from the main kind of filmmaking that we have today. And I got more and more interested into like film collage because it was really like my previous techniques, and like using moving archives that are like moving technically but also moving emotionally. And yeah, I wanted to create, to use the previous context of the archives to make new stories out of it.
So next is Erica Schreiner. She couldn't be here tonight, but she's here in spirit, sending you all her love. So Erica Schreiner is an experimental VHS video performance artist and writer based in New York City. Erica's work spans 20 years and has been on display at MoMA, PS1, Q Lane Gallery in Dublin, Bill Hodges Gallery in New York City, and Show Studio in London. Erica creates allegorical, ethereal worlds that combine feminist and anarchist themes, ritual, and sensuality, employing her clearly defined style. So what we're going to see today is called Blue Transcendence. So this one's a bit longer. I believe it's around 8 to 10 minutes, so get comfortable. It's worth it. It's great. So Blue Transcendence, it definitely takes you on a rhythmic voyage, let's say. But so Blue Transcendence by Erica Schreiner is an experimental performance art video which blends blue, butterflies, performance art, and time lapse of a burning candle, guiding viewers through a psychedelic journey that reflects on friendship and the value of spontaneity. Filmed on VHS in Schreiner's apartment, the video juxtaposes overlapping visuals to evoke chaos and anxiety, mirroring the contemporary experience of information overload. Schreiner's narrative prompts viewers to pause, highlighting the vital role of human connection in an increasingly frenzied, digital-driven world. The interplay between synthetic blue paint and the natural human form underscores the theme of virtual reverence. By incorporating diverse themes such as aliens, childhood memories, and individual perceptions of reality, Blue Transcendence serves as a reflection of modern times and expands the definition of virtual, prompting contemplation on the complexities of contemporary existence within a collective reality. So, without further ado, here's Erica Schreiner's Blue Transcendence.
Darker in some places and lighter in others, and I looked and it was some kind of sacred geometry. But again, it was a sacred geometry I wasn't familiar with. It wasn't anything I'd ever seen before. It was so intricate and moving, and I felt like there were these messages coming through the walls of my apartment. And I thought, what is it trying to say? Like, what do we know about sacred geometry? And I remembered it's the way that aliens communicate with humans. Love, that it means love. And in that moment I felt like I was part of the universe and everything was love. And when I looked at my skin, there were computer networks running through my skin that I could see. Second, it would make itself apparent to me. It would faintly light up and appear, and then it would recede again into my skin, and it would sort of pulsate. It would be there, and then it would go away. When I looked around the apartment, it looked like not beautiful, it looked ugly, and I couldn't bear the ugliness. I thought I'd been poisoned, and I just started crying. I'm 38 years old, I'm almost 40. It's not like when I was 20. Maybe I can't bounce back the way that I used to be able to. Have experience brain and can't handle. What have I done? Showing the weird shit without even always looking for meaning. I could focus on something, I could focus on someone, and I could see them, and I could understand their motivations, and I could see their life experiences and why they are the way they are. And I could see that there is this kind of transcendence I'm trying to be doing.
Thank you, Erica Schreiner. So that was Blue Transcendence. The thing I really appreciate about it is the rhythm. I feel like, you can feel that I feel like some sort of like a heart racing at the beginning, and then she takes us back down with the breathing. Breathe in for 4 seconds, stop for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 4 seconds. And it's like you really start to she has a way of really bringing the viewer into the experience that she was having when she made the video, or when she was having this experience that inspired the video. And so this idea of, you know, in her video she talks about connection and how she misses that and we're not connecting anymore. And I feel like her art is a way to connect as well and have us connect. And it's really beautiful. All right, and last but not least, closing tonight, and then we'll go for a few questions. I know I have some questions for everyone, so here we go with Hysteria. So Hysteria is a sound and art performance persona created by American multidisciplinary artist Leslie McAllister, who externalizes the inner landscape of her thoughts into sonic environments by blending multiple layers of her own voice with field-recorded sounds and improvised instrumentation. She then inhabits these soundscapes visually, performing as different aspects of herself, and often layers the footage of her various incarnations in video clips for the Soundworks. So what we're going to see today is harm onyx. It's spelled harm and then onyx, so the wordplay there, harmonics. Lysteria's vocal and sound art piece, Harmonics, transcends linguistic confines, offering a post-language sonoral experience transcending space and time. Enabled by digital tools, Lysteria overlaps human, nonverbal sounds to create a synthetic yet deeply familiar auditory landscape, prompting reflection on humanity beyond language. Lysteria's compositions challenge perceptions of human essence, blurring boundaries between pre- and post-language states. Accompanied by collage moving images, the piece navigates the fragmented terrain of consciousness, encouraging reconsideration of fundamental aspects of human identity and perception. So, without further ado, we have Lysteria's Harm Onyx. Does anyone have any questions first? Or I'll jump in. No? Okay. How did you get, I guess it's the same question, how did you get into this type of art?
Well, I guess creating the video. I guess I started creating projections for the backgrounds of my performance pieces, for my sound pieces that I was creating as Lysteria, which I guess, to describe it, I guess Lysteria is a sound persona that I've created to kind of delve into my internal landscape of my thought processes and just, yeah.
Okay, so first it was you created the videos to be the backdrops of your performances.
Right, yeah, and then just then kind of evolving into videos in themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now I'm curious about the character of Lysteria. So what, like for you, what is the reason that you've created a character? Is there something easier about it, more difficult? What? Yeah.
Well, actually, Lysteria is kind of encompasses multiple characters, so multiple aspects of myself. Just kind of the multiple different personalities that we can be and choose from
to when we go out or into the world or have to make a decision, or just almost kind of remind me of Erica's piece, like a train of thought, and who I am in the train of thought, and then the other parts of myself who react to that train of thought, and just kind of giving them their own space and their own universe to kind of live in. And so Wisteria's multiple personalities. Sometimes it's one. In this piece, I feel like I've kind of delve into just going underneath persona, or yeah, like you said, beyond language, or maybe I like either before or after, or yeah.
Yeah, free or close language. And what's interesting is that in your video you had a bunch of different characters, so even just hearing you talk about that she's kind of a conglomeration of a bunch of different characters, it's like we see that as well in your video, and all the voices overlapping, it's like they're coming together and making this music, and yeah, it's very powerful, so thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, well thank you everyone for coming and for supporting these artists. So I'm going to post this on Instagram, and I'm going to post their Instagram handles at the bottom. So if you're interested in seeing more of their work, make sure you don't miss that, because they're always coming up with really, really interesting things. Honestly, they're really pushing boundaries, and I think that's what we need in the art world these days, are artists who push boundaries. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.